Good morning, boys and girls. It's great to be with you this morning as we look at the story for our Sunday Club this week, and tomorrow Jane will do a Sunday Club Facebook Live where you can do some crafts and activities together. Today we're going to look at the story of Noah at the end of the flood and then of the rainbow, and I'm going to read the story to you from the Children's Bible. When at long last the rain stopped, Noah heard a strong wind blowing. He was glad to hear it whistling around the ark, for he knew that it would help dry up the ground. Gradually the water sank lower, and the ark that had floated and drifted helplessly for so many days grunted and groaned and ground to a halt on the mountains of Ararat. How good it was to be steady and firm on land again. But they could not venture out of their hiding place. Noah waited patiently for 6 long weeks. Then he released a raven to see if there was land to settle on. The raven was so glad to be free that he stayed circling the air, waiting for the tree tops to reappear. Then Noah set free a dove. But by the time she had come back home to her master and the familiar ark, Noah gently took her inside, waited another week, then sent her off again. This time she flew back with an olive leaf in her beak. How excited everyone was to see something green and growing once again. Noah waited patiently for another week, then sent the dove off for a third time. And she did not come back. Now Noah knew for sure that there was enough dry land for them all to leave the ark. He took off a huge covering roof of the ark, letting in a stream of welcome daylight. Then God spoke to Noah. "Go out of the ark," he said, "all of you. The flood is over." How happy Noah and his family were to get out of the ark into the fresh air once again. The animals frolicked and scampered. The birds flew singing into the clear blue sky. Noah and his family thanked God for his kindness and care during the terrible flood. God had kept them safe and given them a fresh start in a new world. Then God said to them, "I am going to give you a promise, a sign that will always remind you. Whenever you look up and see a rainbow in the sky, think of my promise to you and be sure that I will keep it." Boys and girls, in the first story we hear of a crisis in the world, a flood, and people had to stay inside to stay safe. And that's similar to what's happening to us today. But Noah tells us that while they were inside to stay safe, God did not forget them. And Noah and his family had to be really patient. They waited for weeks. And then Noah had to send out a bird 4 times to see if it was safe. And after weeks of waiting and sending out 4 birds, he then knew that it was safe. And we're the same. We're going to have to stay inside for a few weeks. It will seem like a really long time to us, but we've got to do that to stay safe. And we remember from Noah that God loves us and God never forgets us. And then the really important part, the second part of the story about the rainbow. Now, I know lots of you have been making rainbows this week for your schoolwork. You've been drawing pictures of rainbows and putting them in the windows of your houses. Some people have been drawing them outside on the footpath. The rainbow is a reminder of God's promise that God will always love you and God will never forget you. So keep drawing your rainbows, keep putting them in the windows of your house or drawing them outside to remind people of God's love, to remind people that God never forgets them, especially when things are tough. And remember, we've got to be patient, but we'll get outside and see those rainbows again. So keep drawing the rainbows. Remember that God never forgets us and God always loves us. And join Jane tomorrow on Facebook Live for some more crafts and activities, and come together with your friends from Sunday Club. And remember that the clocks go forward an hour. So the good news is we've got an hour less to stay in the house tomorrow. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.